tuning a banjo. You'll see lots of videos that talk about this. I'm going to cover a broad range of different ways to tune. Everybody has their own unique way. Kind of depends on your ear. It also depends on how advanced you are in the banjo, and how used you are to stringed instruments. First off, I always like to point out the strings should be wound along the inside and wound around like this, and then they're opposite on this side. So if I tune that way, if I turn it this way, it goes down on this side. And this side, if I tune it this way, it goes down and up. If I tune this way. And then the fifth string. Now there's lots of electronic tuners out there. The problem that I always have is I leave them on and the battery goes on them. So here's some techniques that you can. So there's lots of videos online that provide that first note so that you can tune. You can actually take a dial tone. You can hear that on a phone. That's almost a D chord. So D and A is largely, so you can kind of hear that if you get close to it. That's kind of difficult to see. So the best is go online or go to a piano and hit the G note. Go to your guitar, hit the G note or talk to your guitar player. Find that first note and then tune according to that note. I'll retune here, put everything low. So G is that note. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth fret, and that'll be the B. So G, A, B. Now the next note is the D. You want to tune the D, and that's not the right note. So go on the B. So listen. That's too low. That's actually too high. There, so. Now. And then on the D string, the fifth fret. That's too low. Too low still. Tune it up a little bit. Then the fifth fret for the fifth string. Fifth fret on the D. So it's pretty close. Now what I do is I tend to twin them just open. See how that doesn't sound good anymore? So I lower the D, I'm tuning the D, and that doesn't sound right. I can do that with and I tend to do the D and the B. Too low. Too high. Hear how that doesn't sound nice? Now, D is high D. I'll tune with the G as well. Here's too low. That's about right. Now too high. the high G with the D. Sounds bad. Too high? Even too higher? Now the B string is kind of an odd note in that, for lots of different reasons that I won't go into, but it kind of always sounds a little off. Now there's other ways to do it as well. There's something called harmonics. Now a harmonic is you lightly touch the string above certain key frets, and you get really a pure tone. The first harmonic is actually half of this scale length. So the first harmonic is at the 12th fret. Then halfway here is the 5th fret. And then I believe this is, I can't remember the scaling, but there's one at the 7th fret as well. Actually, I think that's a 3rd. Yeah, it is at a 3rd because the other one is right at the 17th fret. Yeah. And then 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And there's other ones here. And then there's like ones there as well. So there's multiple harmonics, but the main ones are the 5th fret, the 7th fret, and the 12th fret. Now, listen to these notes. The 5th fret on the low D, and then the 7th fret on the G string. Now if you listen really carefully, tune this up a little bit. That D is a little high. And the one you tune, you actually want to hit the second time. The nice thing about doing that is both of them ring out, and it should be the same note. Now the other one to do, you can do the 12th fret, which is an octave of this string, and that should be the same as this note, the high D. If you hear this, doesn't sound right. There, let me go past it. If you hear it it becomes like one note. Now it's not. You hear a whoa, 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 whoa. There. Now you can do also G at the 12th fret. It's actually a little, the G is just a little high. Here, I'll tune it low. So that's that. The B string, which is a little bit of a trouble. You hit the D at the 12th. That's not right. Yeah, that's right. That's low. That should be the same note. D at the 12th. B, C, D. Should sound the same. If it's not, it sounds like that. Still low. There, that's a long video, but those are the different ways. The harmonics, just the straight out. Or now you have a happy tune banjo. Hope that helps.